Well, losing to BYU was not fun. As much fun as that game was, it definitely wasn't enjoyable. But despite the loss, Penn State is still sitting within the top 5 of the BCS standings, so a bit surprised at that. But you see, there's a lot of teams, even a couple of 2-loss teams from the SEC sitting ahead of Penn State, which is kind of surprising. Looking at the conference standings, North Carolina sitting just behind Penn State with an 8-3 record, followed by Washington State at 7-4, TCU, and then a myriad of teams all the way down to West Virginia at number 9 who are still fighting to get bowl eligible. There's a lot of potential there for a lot of the teams within the Dope Swag Money League to get bowl eligible. There you see scores from last week. Oklahoma State dropped one to Mississippi State. Washington State beat Pittsburgh 75-9. Look out. Michigan State with a nice victory over TCU 24-21, and then Baylor 31, West Virginia 28. This week's contest, we've got Mississippi State looking to get bowl eligible, as is Baylor taking on your Nittany Lions here. Arizona trying to do the same thing against North Carolina, who's ranked, and then Washington State and Oklahoma State just playing for position are the Cougars, and then TCU looking to upset BYU and try to get bowl eligible themselves. And so Penn State does not have an easy game today. This is a tough one. Look at the ratings. Baylor is definitely favored on paper. They've got an incredible skill advantage, and we've still got some guys that are injured. We also have some guys coming in on visits. There you see Kevin Smith, Andy Silva, and Josh Green, 3 of the key recruits coming in this week, some 3-star guys, nobody that's going to make any ESPN top 150 lists. But it's still important that Penn State wins. Plus, it's senior day. And so Baylor's coming in trying to wreck a lot of things. They're trying to wreck Penn State's chances of getting back into the national championship picture. They're trying to get themselves bowl eligible. They're trying to screw up the Nittany Lions' chances of signing these recruits. So there's a lot on the line, and they'd love to play nothing more than spoiler today. And they're looking to do it early on here at Shock Linwood. A nice carry early on. Tough to take down. Always knew that Linwood was a guy that had some speed, but I didn't expect him to be a little bit of a bruiser. And then on the defensive side, maybe Penn State's distracted, but the man coverage kind of faded away there, and an easy touchdown for Baylor. Going to the ground, Mark Allen with a 19 carry, though, Penn State. And you might notice here that Trace McSorley, you see him, the backup quarterback on that previous play. Penn State's been flirting a little bit with trying to get a read option look on offense. Decided today was the day to try that out. And so you might notice number 9 at quarterback on a few plays as Penn State trying to get a little bit more diversified in their offense, trying to be less predictable, especially out of shotgun, and it could be a foreshadowing of things to come in the future. And as you saw, though, Penn State was unable to do anything with their opening drive, has to punt it back to Baylor. With that 7-0 lead, things are not starting out the way we had hoped. Baylor dropping back is Russell, throwing it deep. Lucas is there, but the game decided when I took him over that it just froze him in place. Katie Cannon with the 83-yard touchdown. A very frustrating way to give up a score. Definitely tried to select Jordan Lucas to get the user pick there. If nothing else, I could have left him alone and he could have knocked it down, but that happens sometimes when you're playing online. The input doesn't match with the result, and so Penn State's going to have to come back and make up for it in other ways. There you see Trace McSorley, the Penn State backup. There's definitely not a quarterback controversy, just trying to find ways to get him on the field. And then Hackenberg back, only 2 for 5 on the day so far. Very difficult without his lead man at receiver, Deshaun Hamilton. Unable to complete that one to Lewis, who was open but just dropped it. Hackenberg made a nice read, a nice throw. Then on 3rd and 5, he's got Chris Godwin, a 17-yard pickup. Nice play there by Godwin, stepping in nicely. Everybody's got to slide up in the depth chart when somebody goes down. And then later on 2nd and 10, look at that closing speed by Orion Stewart. Like I said, a common theme on the day is going to be Baylor's speed and whether Penn State can overcome that. And it forces Penn State, instead of getting that touchdown, another stalled drive, but at least points. Number 4, Penn State with 3 points on the board. Baylor comes back, throwing a little screen, and finally Marcus Allen is there, making the tackle in the backfield. This is the free safety, stopping that screen action, as they love to get Shock Linwood involved, get him out in space. Corey Coleman, though, the 18-yard pickup. Baylor moving right down the field. There's a 1:44 left to go here in the first quarter, and already 14 points for Baylor, and they're trying to knock on the door once more at midfield. Going to that hurry-up offense. Linwood in the backfield, the single back. Looks like Russell's calling an audible. Penn State showing what could be man coverage with a single high safety, possibly cover 3. Nope, they roll into cover 2. There was no bump from the corner, and that's not going to work. Michael Golden just got blown by. Seth Russell dropped that dime in there. He's 8 for 10 and another touchdown. You can't run cover 2 and just let the receiver run free like that. You've got to get a bump on him. And unfortunately for Penn State, it's just a comedy of errors so far in scheme, in execution, in user input not matching the output on the game. And so Penn State, they don't want to give up the run. Obviously, we're going to continue to run the ball here with Mark Allen, who's got 63 yards, pretty impressive on only 7 carries. But when you're down 18 and there's still a full 3 quarters to go, that's difficult. But luckily, Ivan Charles with the catch, but he gets hit and he fumbles. It's as if Penn State wasn't allowed to get inside the 20. Forbid the Nittany Lions from getting close to score. Baylor comes up with a big play. The strip and the recovery. Back with the ball are the Bears, but hey, why not return the favor? A nice interception there. The free safety, Marcus Allen, had rolled down, covers the flat well, picks off the hitch route. Hackenberg back with the ball, trying to get the Lions in the end zone. He throws it up to Godwin. He skies. Wow, Chris Godwin, who knew he had those kind of skills? Going up for the circus catch. They had man coverage with a safety over the top, and he somehow elevated between both of them. That was a big individual effort to try to get Penn State back in this game. And now they've got to come up with a stop on defense, though. And there you see Baylor back with it. Looks like they were showing a screen, but it looked like Linwood went out for the pass. I'm not sure what was going on there. A sack for Penn State. Not a lot of speed on the defensive line for the Nittany Lions. And they really have to blitz, it seems like. We've had to blitz quite a bit more than I'd like to this season. So that might be a goal for next year, to try to get more speed on the defensive line to get pressure out of our front 3 or 4. Oh, but speaking of speed, look at that. KD Cannon going deep once more. Sam Russell dropping it in. Another touchdown. What can you do? You can't coach speed. You can't coach against it. You can't, either you have it or you don't. So we're going to have to find a way to just outscore Baylor and not turn the ball over, and that's not the way to do it. Hackenberg gets fooled. The outside linebacker audibled into a buzz route there and was just sitting all over that hitch, as Penn State just making every mistake you could possibly make here, and Baylor grinding down the clock. Now with a 3rd and 4, a little under 3 minutes to go, Penn State finally gets a stop, trying to force the field goal attempt here. Baylor with 28 points, trying to make it 31. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Nice long distance 3-pointer as Mark Allen comes back out for Penn State, trying to get him down the field, gets him to the 50-yard line, a 17-yard pickup. Like I said, he's having a great day so far. Only 10 carries, but 81 yards. He's not the power back that Akil Lynch is. He's more of a speedy guy, but he's breaking a few tackles. Another 11-yard pickup. Getting close to 100 yards already in the first half. Unfortunately, only 10 points, though. Hackenberg drops back. He's got a guy, but he can't buzz it in there. Look at that closing speed once again in the interception. That's just incredible, and you can't even take him down. It's like some supernatural force is taking over the Baylor Bears. You've got guys just flying through the air on both sides of the ball. Really getting exposed here is Penn State. And it's not that they've got the slowest guys. They just aren't matching up with Baylor so far, and you can't make these mistakes that they've made. And there yet another one in cover 3, Penn State. But it looked like Campbell dropped back and then vacated his zone, went to cover a guy that was sitting on the inside and just couldn't get it done. So Penn State just trying anything now on offense, trying to get back in this game, down by 4 scores, throws it up. Godwin does his thing again. At least Penn State's going to get a few points here before halftime. Close it down from a 38-10 to a 38-13 game. This is just completely unexpected. You saw how tightly we played BYU last week. Did not expect all of these things to continue to pop up here. DeAndre Tompkins with a quick catch. Penn State trying to move down the field, doing anything they can to get back in this game. Geno Lewis with the catch. Makes a man miss. Gets down inside the 15, and he gets hit, and he fumbles. Are you kidding me? Anything that can happen to Penn State is happening in this game. I've never seen so many fumbles. I don't even know if we've fumbled more than a couple times all season, and it's already happened twice in this game. It's as if we're not allowed to cross the 20-yard line to score. This is incredible. That's the second one. Baylor trying to make Penn State pay once again, going to the run game. A miss by Garrett Sickles, a first down for Shock Linwood. Baylor's over 100 yards as a team already. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. There's a lot of football left to play. That may be good, it may be bad. Another screen, picking up the first down. 337 yards passing already for Baylor. This thing is getting out of hand. Penn State trying to salvage it on senior day. We've got guys visiting. Well, Garrett Haley at least pops up and saves the day on this one. 20 turnovers on the season. There's a milestone worth celebrating. Gino Lewis on the offensive side just trying to do anything as Penn State to get back in this game. 38-13. A nice throw down the middle. Kyle Carter, you know, he's sure-handed. He's going to hang on to it. Once he's got it, it's not getting stripped away. Then later on 4th and 7, might as well go for it. Hackenberg completes it to Charles. Charles is going down. Oh, he hangs on to it. Okay. You never know. You never know. Don't assume. But later on 3rd and 13, Hackenberg making a few audibles. Thinks he reads man coverage. It is. This guy's not coming open. He's sitting, scrambling around. He's still got 4th down. If he could just throw it away. Oh, he tries to throw it away, but he gets hit, and you know what? He fumbles. Oh, the 3rd one of the game. That one's definitely on Hackenberg, though. Tried to throw it away, just couldn't quite get it to happen. And then a little bit later, oh, that one should have been picked. Grant Haley, you got to come up with that one. You've already got a pick today. That was the easier one of the two. And then, whoa, Baylor actually fumbled. Shock Linwood, but it went right to an offensive lineman. But hey, at least it forced a punt. Gino Lewis with the ball now as the third quarter's winding down. Look at those shifty moves, cutting out, cutting in, cutting back out. He's got some speed. If he can get around the corner, this might go somewhere. Gets past a couple guys. He's got 3 men to beat and 2 blockers. He puts the stop juke on, but the guys trailing the play are able to track him down. Probably should have went with a spin move. Either way, Penn State still struggling to score. Brings up 4th and inches. Going to the run game. Oh, and the double team. Penn State had the guy double teamed. The D tackle was double teamed, and he split it, made the tackle, as would be expected, just the way things have gone today. And just to add to the top of it, Shock Linwood showing off some speed. The fastest man on the defense for Penn State, Jordan Lucas, runs him down, but it's a little too late. He gets to him inside the 5, breaks the tackle, gets the easy touchdown. Now it's 45-13. What is going on here, folks? Baylor at 5-6 on the year. Penn State at 10-1. They were talking national championship for a while. This does not make any sense. Oh, but of course, another fumble. The 4th one of the day. That's 6 turnovers for Penn State if you include the 2 interceptions. Unbelievable. Just a crazy game. Can do nothing but laugh. It was like everything that could go wrong did go wrong. When you look at the total yards, well, especially the passing yards, were nearly identical. Penn State actually outpassed Baylor on the day. The running game is what it was. Baylor ran away with the ball, especially late in the game in the second half. Had the ball a lot with the turnovers. But just a weird thing. Strange things happening in this game. Dropped interceptions and players that didn't respond to the input whenever we're trying to intercept balls. And but really what it came down to, honestly, even without all those goofy things happening, it came down to a general lack of speed by Penn State. They were exposed by Baylor. Very fast, very talented team. And just hats off to them. They're bowl eligible. I mean, well-earned, well-deserved by the Baylor Bears getting themselves into a bowl game. And so Penn State, they've got to regroup. I mean, as a 10-2 team, there's still a chance they might make a BCS bowl game, so they can't completely give up on the season. There's still a lot to look forward to see where they end up after this week. And so while their heads may be hanging low, the seniors are disappointed. I think there's only like 7 seniors on this team. Definitely some key guys like Jordan Lucas and Kyle Carter, among a couple other guys. Angelo Mangiero, the center, as we had said, that's injured and been out. But hopefully those guys come back for the bowl game. So we'll kind of see how that plays itself out, who we're going to have healthy. We're crossing our fingers for a BCS bowl game. No guarantees. Hopefully it'll happen. But make sure you check back soon to find out where Penn State ends up in the postseason, and to see how the Dope Swag Money League finishes in year 1. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, comment, or share below, and subscribe if you haven't. And next time you're shopping online at Amazon or eBay, use the links I've provided in the description below to help support my channel. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.